the Hairy Hippo.
Hey, Hairy Hippo here. Welcome to my second part of the Racial 2-part mini-series. There was too many parts in that 2-part bit. We've already covered the Alliance, so if you haven't seen it, a link will be in the description below and on an end screen when this video is finished. So now then, I didn't cover the evil pandas last video, so I figured I'd get them out of the way now because, well, they scare me. There's something just not quite right about them. I think it's the eyes. Alrighty, so Pandaran Racials are the following. Can be either Horde or Alliance. Is this really a racial though? It's more of a choice than something you're stuck with, you know, so, hey ho. May put enemies to sleep with a touch of the hand. Reminds me of how my exes would act if I went near them. Anyway, this is a 2-minute cooldown that incapacitates your enemy for 4 seconds and then stops you attacking. Yeah, okay, it's like put someone to sleep and then creep away, because why not? Inner Peace doubles the amount of stored rested XP. I mean, that's kind of nice for leveling, but has no endgame use whatsoever. Until the next expansion comes out, I guess. Increased benefits from food. This is frickin' awesome, and, you know, it's one of the few reasons I would play a panda, if I would ever play a panda, but I haven't got the gall to do it, so I'll stick to my blood elves and stuff. I'm trying to hold back a burp there, that was terrible. Could you tell? Maybe I should edit this. No, I'm not going to. But basically, it doubles the food stats, which is great for endgame content. So if someone gives you 200 critical strike, it gives you 400. That's how I'm reading it anyway. I haven't got any theory behind it, or any, physical evidence behind this, because I don't play panda. So any pandas out there, let me know in the comment section below if this is correct. Cooking skill is increased. This gives you 15 extra skill points in cooking, which in my opinion is null and void with the way professions work in Leiden. It doesn't make sense. Why would you do that when you can do everything from level 1 pretty much? It just doesn't, it's not right. Bouncy. Basically, you're a fat panda and can take half the amount of falling damage than all other races. Because you're fat and you're a panda. So, enjoy. Wow. Thank God the pandas are out of the way, so let's do the orcs now. Okay, Alliance, time to get your jealous pants on, because this is going to be awesome now. So, first ability, they may enrage. This ability is called Blood Fury. It increases attack power by X or spell power by Y. For example, at level 110, attack power increased by 2,243. I mean, for a 2-minute cooldown, that's the shit right there. I mean, that's good shit, not bad shit. That's like good shit. Resistant to stun effects. It's a passive ability that reduces stun effects by 20%. It may not seem that cool, but for PvP, it's basically the matter of life and death. Damage done by pets is increased by... anyway, it's a bit crap, really, but it all helps. This increases pet damage by 1%. So, yeah, it kind of helps. Next racial, the Undead, have always been a cool race, in my opinion. There's just something about corpses. Wow, I sound a bit morbid there, but they're cool. So their traits are the following. They can remove fear, sleep, and charm. It's basically a 2-minute cooldown that breaks those effects. Yeah, okay. May consume corpses. Cannibalize gives you 7% of total health and mana every 2 seconds for 10 seconds. The only thing is this works on only humanoids and undead corpses. I could see an undead healer using this ability in Mythic Pluses, especially like, do more souls or something like that. But it also has a 2-minute cooldown, so, use it wisely. They can drain health from enemy. This ability is called Touch of the Grave, and it's passive. It's an interesting racial, really. What it does, it can essentially proc and deal damage to your target for 50% of your attack power or spell power. And also heals you for it too. Plus, they've kind of chucked in the whole breathing underwater indefinitely thing. I mean, they slipped that in there, really, didn't they? Well, it's not giving an extra button to look at. We'll just slip it in with this one. Oh, and they have a 1% shadow resistance because dead, Moo cows next then. They can stomp, stunning opponents. I love this in the old days when I was a Tauren tank. It's like a 1.5-minute cooldown stun that hits up to 5 targets. And it's great for leveling and controlling people. And great for endgame trash handling as well. It really is. I love it. I think it's great. It's kind of like how the Demon Hunters have that blasty thing that stops everyone for a few seconds. It's like that. They've got increased stamina. At level 110, this gives you an additional 1,283 stamina points. That's a shitload of extra health right there. I mean, actually, Taurens have the biggest health pools generally. So, big moo cows. We love them. Moo cows. They have a herbalism skill and speed increase. The speed would be worth having, I think. I mean, I'm pretty sure it stacks alongside with the Legion glove enchant, so very nice indeed. You're pretty much just like, wah, yeah, got it, wah, got it. And they've got a 1% nature resistance, because moo cows, again, they eat a lot of grass, so that's why they've got the nature resistance. They've also got, it's got a long list, increased effect from critical strikes. This is a cushy one too, really. It's a 2% increase to crit damage and heals. Have I told you that I love moo cows? I mean, I love moo cows. I love them. So, next race. Trolls, man. Peace be to the voodoo. Okay, I give up with the accent attempt. I can't do it. Oh, the voodoo, man. Yeah, moo voodoo. No, I can't do it. Now, let's just go back to being British. It's much easier that way. British without a T in the middle, because that's how we say it. British. Yeah. British. Okay, and let's go back. They have Berserk. This used to be a kick-ass times 10 back in the day. I mean, it's still pretty nifty now, and definitely worth having. It gives you a 15% increased haste for 10 seconds. It's a 3-minute cooldown, but consider it like your own personal mini bloodlust thing. It's nice. It's a nice ability to have. Their regeneration is increased. This gives you 10% increased health regen, and 10% of your health can be regened while in combat. I mean, that's survivability right there, baby. They also get an increased XP gain from killing beasts. For leveling, this one's pretty cool. It's a 20% increase in XP gain for killing those bloody boars in Durotar. I mean, obviously you won't get that at level 90 or whatever, but, you know, it scales per zone and all that kind of things, but it's still a static 20% increase in XP for killing mobs of beast variety. They also have a reduced duration of movement impairing effects. This is a 20% reduction, kind of like the Orcs one for stuns. Trolls have one for movement impairing effects. Because I think it's because of the breakdancing. It's got to be because of the breakdancing, hasn't it? Because yeah. Because you don't want to be movement impaired in that stuff, you know. You got a bit of like MC Hammer or something going on. You want to be able to dance. Oh, that's Orcs again, isn't it? I'm sorry. I'm just not with the sign of the times. It's terrible. So Belfs, the master race. But are they when they come to racials? Let's have a look. Enchanting skill increased. Yay! Plus 10 to the profession. Just what I wanted. Never mind. Can restore resources. Arcane Torrent is the ability and it's pretty cool. So it gives you approximately 3% of your resources back, which may not seem a great deal, but it all helps. It also silences non-player enemies for 3 seconds. I mean, it's a handy ability to have. Essentially, it's an extra silence if you're doing in a rotation and stuff like that. You know, if you need to do a kick or something like that, you've also got your Arcane Torrent. So that's good. And they have a 1% resistance to arcane damage. I said it! 1% resistance to arcane damage. Belf's got screwed in my opinion. The sacrifices we make to look pretty though. I mean, that's what we do, innit? Alright. Goblins. God, goblins. Someone put the kettle on. We're going to be here a while. Goodness. They can rocket jump forward. It pretty much does what it says on the tin. You jump forward a little bit. Yay. Can launch rockets. This one's amusing because you just shoot a few rockets at your enemy. Don't ask me what damage it does. I'll throw up the maps instead. I've got it's on the screen now. Can you see it? Look, this is the screen. My head hurts just looking at these kind of equations, and it's 1.5 minute cooldown. So, you know, do the maths, see if it's worth having. I ain't got a clue. Let me know downstairs in the comments, okay? You can receive vendor discounts. Now, this one's a bit weird for faction vendors. So if you're neutral with them, you get exalted prices. Because things tend to be cheaper exalted, apparently. So it doesn't work on neutral vendors. Like you go to like a trader or something like that. It doesn't work like that at all. It goes for like, you want to buy something from a rep person or something like that, you get it at exalted prices straight away, right off the bat. Maybe because they feel sorry for you because you're only 2 foot tall. And, you know, we've been putting up with gnomes for the last 12 years. Might as well feel sorry for someone else. Next one they got. Can summon a personal bank. I mean, it's a 30-minute cooldown, but boy, is this handy for you gatherers out there. If you're like me and like to do a occasional long-haul herbing session, it's handy to have a bank handy to, you know, empty all your gathered resources, or if your bags are relatively full anyway, it's good to just chuck it in there. So it has its perks. Haste is also increased by 1%. This is quite nice. I mean, this would have been handier in like Days of Wrath when you had a hard cap you had to hit for, like, you know, your secondary stats and stuff like that, and You never could get there because you had to regen and all this kind of stuff to get that 1% you could never reach. This would have been handy at that moment. But nowadays, I could take it or leave it, really. Finally, they also have an alchemy skill and potion healing increase. I can't find details regarding the healing increase, but the alchemy is increased by 15 points. So it's basically as null as everything else, you know, with the whole new Legion way. Whoa, we made it. Let's wrap up this video with which race is the best for certain roles, like I did last time. So for tanks, undoubtedly is going to be Taurens. The extra mini mass stun and the impressive increase in stamina is just phenomenal. I think that's the one you want to go for. I know you look like a derpy moo cow, but it's great. It's great. It really is. I would always go Tauren if I was going to be a tank. Maybe. I like Blood Elves, I can't help it. Blood Elves are pretty, alright? Don't hate me, because you ain't me. Yeah. DPS, I'm really leaning towards Troll and then Orc. I love having my own little Bloodlust. I think it's great, because, you know, you get the team doing the Bloodlust and then you're like, oh, gotta wait 10 minutes. No, you don't, because I'm a Troll. Hit it, you know. But then again, the increased attack or spell power, it's a tough call, really. It all depends on your playstyle, I think. Healers, it's a toss-up between Trolls again for the haste. You know, that whole... Yeah. The Blood Elf's Arcane Torrent for extra mana. I mean, personally, I would probably go Blood Elf. Purely because I like being able to have a larger mana pool if I can. So, getting that extra 3% when you need it, just to top yourself up. Yeah, I think it's worth having. PvP purposes, though. Again, this is for damaging in PvP. I would go Orc and then Troll, because I personally feel that you need to damage as much as you can and smack them to the floor instead of doing it. Oh, I can do a little bit of damage a bit quicker. Look at me go. Because knowing me, right, I suck at PvP, and you'll see a video at some point. I don't last very long, so having a haste increase would, you know, it don't work for me. I just need to smack them and die. Yeah, done. Alrighty, so I'm gonna retire for the evening. If you enjoyed my droll opinions on this matter, then be sure to do the usual likey, subscribey, doohickeys, and I'll be back with some other random content. But until then, bye-bye, bye-bye, bye, bye-bye. Just a heads up, I do a blog on Patreon and throw my future video ideas up on there too, so why not go check it out and help me shape this channel. And click a video. I mean, that one there, it's a real good one. You can't see which one I'm pointing at, but it's that one. It's really good. Go for it. Go. Go.
So, hey, Hippo.